He said, let me tell you something to you. You're 14 years old. So you know what? One day you might get a job working with horses somewhere down the line. I said, yeah, I walked around, I was like, I am working on damn horses. And that's all I know now, working on. The old man seen that in me.
Yeah.
That's right. It takes 45 days. When the first, male first born, baby first born, he born like this. He up in the neck. You see my arm?
Mm-hmm.
And then every day, he torn. And when his head gets straight down, that's when you finna have a baby.
Right.
Sometimes they be locked up like that and you can't get it. You got to go and push him back up in there. $100,000 for the breed to it. No guarantee. The foal's just the breeder.
Yeah.
But you don't pay till the foal stand and nurse. We call it standing nurse. If he suck his mama, then that's when you got to pay the stud fee. People, the guys come from Texas. There's some say he walked in the kitchen in how I live. He said, hey, where your boys? God, I want to run that quarter horse against that thoroughbred. He said, we over him. He said, how much you want to go? How you want to go? He said, to the sky. Limping is thoroughbred. And Stella Moe, she had never been beat. She undefeated.
Yeah.
Stella Moe was the quarter horse.
Yeah.
He said, when it broke out of the gate and Limping went down like that, the jockey got him up and he still beat her for them $97,000. Thoroughbred is a motor, a race car. You got a Mustang, and I got just a normal motor in my car. Okay. Well, the quarter horse, he take him here to kill him. He gone.
He's pulling off the trail. He got the Blue Jones, the Gremlin.
Yeah, he gone.
Yeah.
And Thoroughbred, well, he gonna run all day. Okay. We didn't have no ice water. They had an ice house. The ice man bring us 50 pounds of ice every Saturday. But so you got to pay for the ice. You pay like $1. But it ain't gonna last you for 3 days. Put it in a tub, wrap it up with a quilt. We got ice water for 3 days, Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Then you ain't get no more cold water. Can you count? Can you say your ABC? He said, yeah. He said, well, how many eggs it take to make a dove? He said, 12. Okay, can you count to 100? Yeah, sir. He gonna tell you, gotta take that boy out of school now. You gotta educate him. That is the proof. Can't go to school anymore because you gotta come up to the white man house and work, feed the cow, get the chicken, cut the wood. You wasn't laughing. A white woman working at the bank, she wasn't gonna put her hand to get your money. She gonna put your money when she counted right there. She can't say that. You got it. I'm walking by you. Hold that bucket right there. When you go, there's a bucket there. You got to hold your head in that bucket. You ain't allowed to speak to that white woman. You ain't allowed to wave your wave out. Better not look at her. That's right. You kill a man, especially a black man at night, white man gonna get you out of jail money. You ain't got to go no coke because you hit a nigga.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Willie Jones Sr. Right. You know what I'm saying? The one and only. He's a world-renowned horse trainer here in Marion County. He's been a resident of Marion County for his life, duration of his life, and he's going to share some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with us today here on My Story, TLC Talk Love Communication. Okay, Mr. Jones, you want to tell my audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I started and everything.
You know, tell us about you. Tell us about you. Okay.
How you. Good morning. I'm Willie Jones. I'm one of the horse doctors that's with us. I've been working with horses about maybe 60 years. And I don't know everything, but I know a lot about horses. I started a farm in Alabama in 1958. Worked for that one company 43 years. Worked with brood mares, stud, yearling, folded mares, what we call folded mares, like people back in the day would call it a midwife. You know, I would be there with the mares when they have the foals and everything. I done a little of that. I used to gallop horses, ride horses, what you call, on the racetrack. Never been no jockey, but I used to break them. And I'm 85 years old, and I still can do a little of that. Not good as I used to, but I can do some of it. first horse I had, he lost his mama, and we nursed him, and I raised him in the kitchen in Alabama. We had a back room, and that's my first horse. He was a Tennessee walking horse. He wasn't a thoroughbred. And so that's when I started with horses. And I've been working on every time I look, I think about a horse. And I'm not the best, but I'm one of the best. I think, pretty good what I do. And I like what I'm doing. And so when you like what you're doing, that's when you get good about it. When you get ready, a horse, you can tell how old he is, look in his mouth. And if he got smooth teeth, you can go from there. You can't tell definitely, but that he's 7 years old then, or over. That's where you tell that. But, yeah, and the dentist, that's when the dentists come out and they pull their teeth just like they do a human. But he can look at how old he is. Look in his mouth, say, oh, he got a smooth mouth. Yeah, he over 7 years old. That's all we can go by. And yeah, I can do a little of all. And I like what I'm doing. And I've been down here now. I come from Alabama in 1967. Made it my home. And that's what I do. I work with horses. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, sir. You say at 7 years old, their teeth get smooth.
Yeah.
So does that something that happens naturally, or is it because
Well, that's bone because they're eating it, and the older they get. So that's going to show you, look, he got a smooth mouth.
You've been eating for a long
Yeah,
time?
yeah, let you know, like, yeah, when you get ready to get old, you got to pull your teeth out.
Mm-hmm.
They pull them out, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So I heard you mention the word a mare earlier. So explain to my audience what exactly a mare is.
A mare is a female. They get a mare when they're 3 years old, but when they're a baby, we call them a filly. Filly is a female. A colt, what you call is a male. So like we call him a colt. And when they get 3 years old, you call him a stallion or a stud. That's what they go by. Yeah.
So there's so many different breeds of horses, correct? So it's just like any other species, dogs. You got Chihuahuas, Pit Bulls, German Shepherds. So can you identify a horse by just looking at him? What breed it is?
A thoroughbred, you can tell them they built different. Sometimes they be built like a quarter horse, but they got long legs, long neck. They different. Quarter horse is real short couple. A raven, he's different. What they call it now? Yeah, like an Appaloosa. He got a lot of spots on it, but sometimes they come just as like a color, but they most born with brown spots. Yeah, that's how that go.
So exactly. So do you have a specific breed that's easier to break, that's easier to train?
Well, a walking horse is easy to train or what you want him to do, but you can't get a thoroughbred that do like a walking horse because they got a pacer, what we call pacing like that. That's a pacer. Tennessee Walker, he doing that.
So that's the La Prancer, the ones being the competition.
That's a Palstafino. He's like this. But a thoroughbred, all they know is run.
And they bred. See, a lot of
bred
times
like that.
when we think about DNA, you know what I mean? Like when
that's right.
You think about your own son, you look for yourself in your son.
Yeah.
So, the DNA of these horses. So they bred to do these things.
To do what we got them doing. Then you can train some of them to do, but you can't hardly train a thoroughbred to do different what you can train a quarter horse to do.
So what's the difference in a thoroughbred and a quarter horse?
A thoroughbred is bred for running and discipline. Quarter horse for short couple, cows, rodeos, barrel raising. That's what they for.
What's the horse? There's a movie about that horse. What the horse name was? A famous horse. He was just a nothing. No, he had no bread, no bloodline to him, and he went out there with beat the horse. It's a true story. What's the name of the horse? They made a movie out of it. I can't think. Seabiscuit.
Yeah, Seabiscuit. He was a thoroughbred.
Yeah, so that's a rare to not to have the bloodline, but
well, see, people that go by the bloodline, but they say, well, but 90% of it, you say, well, I'm gonna breed this horse here. He bred to secretary. He gonna win the double, but that don't make him do that.
Right.
Yeah,
but the chances of him becoming good.
That's what they go by, call it a pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? A pedigree, what your background or your daddy was a preacher to that. Oh, Mr. Peter there, he come from a good family. But that don't make you be like your daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They say the preacher kid the worst one, though.
Yeah. so that's the way heart's been. But if you start with them, till you take them, when they born, you got an alphabet. And when you get ready to fold them out, you pull him just a little bit, but don't break the navel cord because he gonna bleed. But you let him stay close on his mama. And when Al hit it, 30 minutes, it's gonna break off. You see, but it's the alphabet. Yeah. It's gone here. But Al got to hit it. That's the way that is.
And that's the important. So when you said, in the beginning, you said a horse doctor. Okay.
A horse doctor, I just call me, but I'm not a horse doctor,
Yeah.
but I'm a groom.
Right. Not a doctor in the form of when they're sick or whatever. You're the horse doctor, meaning you're a whisperer.
Well, yeah, you go by a temperature. You check him with a commodity can see, oh, this horse here. The horse say, he run the temperature. What he is? The horse say, he 106. Oh, you got to call the vet there. Check it. Oh, he's 102. Oh, he all right. And if they got a way of letting you know when he's sick, see that baby out there, he can't talk to you and tell you he's sick, but you're going to see him out there, and he's going to be doing like that. Oh, he let you know the answer. Oh, what's wrong with that foal young? Call him a foal. What's wrong with that foal young? And then you look at his mama. So, her bad. He ain't nursing his mama. That's when you know he's sick.
So horses, they have personalities too, right?
Yeah, to let you know what's wrong with him.
You know, I knew a guy, I met a guy, and me and him was talking, and he told me a story. He said he used to work at a farm or something with you feeding the horses.
With me?
Yes, sir. And he said y'all would go feed the horses. And he said one time he went to feed the horses without you. He wanted to go out, and he had forgot.
And he didn't feed them.
So he went and fed him, but he was rushing.
Yeah, and
he said the horse, so he had don't pop the horse or whatever. And so now when you and him come back on the routine, the horse was like agitated whenever he around.
Yeah.
And you said to him, what you did to that horse? You know what I mean? He told you, I ain't did nothing to the horse, you know what I mean, whatever. But you knew by the horse attitude towards him that he did
when
something.
You walk in the barn and them horses ain't it, 2 feet around 6 o'clock or 7 anytime of that. If you come in the barn and you walk in, you're going to say, they let you ask and you say, I'm ready to eat. Yeah, like you say, I want my breakfast.
Yeah.
But the horse, when he make a noise, he said, he said, damn, he ain't fed them horses. What? Look in the water bucket. He didn't give them no water. She done drunk all the water. Walk in the fold, they have a miscarriage. Damn, man, she ain't eating this morning. Okay. Looking for sometimes it be about big as a bird. She been had a miscarriage. It takes 45 days. When the male first born, baby first born, he born like this. He up in the neck. You see my arm? And then every day he torn. And when his head gets straight down, that's when you finna have a baby.
Right.
Sometimes they be locked up like that and you can't get it. You got to go and push him back up in there. Then you got to get his head got to come first. But head got to come first. Sometimes his shoulder will get over there. A fat mare, she have a problem having a baby. Like women, a little small skinny woman, she can have a whole lot better than a fat woman. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but
pushing on her,
yeah,
get out of there
and get up.
And you would think it's the opposite because their hips and everything's so small.
Yeah,
you would think it'd be harder to come out.
The baby weigh 100 pounds when he come out, but if he come, he got to bring his head first. We check him when they're 16 days with a sonogram. Check the mare. Say, oh, yeah, she's pregnant. I can go out in the field and look at a mare and say, you got 2 or 3 males in here. He said, don't one of these males in is pregnant. How you can tell that? Because a stool is different. It got a glossy color to it. Just like a bistro. But when they ain't fold, they're going to be soft like they got the diarrhea. So that's where you know Oh, I got 2 of them mares out there pregnant. Yeah, 'cause I seen they got a Bible shining just like a biscuit, a roll, what you eat. When they come in season, you're teasing the mare. You walk up to them, got your stud off the other mare. She gonna do that. See them kicking? Well, go ahead to her leg.
So spread it out.
She peeing in.
Yeah.
That's no, you know she ain't out. Okay, call the veterinary checker. Doc, how they teasing? Oh, number 6 over there, Doc. She ain't doing nothing. Number 3, she doing something. Okay, give my blood. So I ain't feeling up in there. Oh, how many days you said she here? She 18. Okay, well, she feel pretty good. We got the dogs. She got queens on her. Say, give me 25 days, and we come back, and then we're gonna pinch one up. The little one, you're gonna pinch it for his, to go. But then the other one to come all right.
So they can have twins?
Yeah, they have queen. Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but you don't want no queen because sometimes both of them will die, but sometimes one be bigger than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big man, little man, that's what you call them.
So what's the percentages of horse births? Like most of the time, if they get pregnant, the chances of them living and surviving is what? How?
I'm gonna say, 90%.
90%.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have a sea biscuit or what's the other one name?
Secretary.
Secretary.
Yeah.
Secretary was a bad
Yeah,
joke.
he was a cripple. He won the Triple Crown.
And you got Secretary. Secretary was the last one to win the Triple Crown, right?
Before Seattle flew, he win it too. A couple of them win. I don't know the direct what. Yeah, but I know he win it. Second a long time for winning.
Yeah.
But it broke his record.
So let's say Secretary, he's a Triple Crown winner. I mean, that stud fee is like what? How much?
Well, now they go up to like, nowadays, it would be like $100,000 for the breed to it. No guarantee. The foal just the breeder.
Yeah.
But you don't pay till the foal stand and nurse. We call it standing nurse. If he suck his mama, then that's when you got to pay the stud fee. Because see, sometimes they come out, he be deformed or something like that. Can't walk, become blind sometimes. All that's in it. If he's standing and nurse his mama, that's when you got to pay the stud fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's
we breed them. When she have a baby, some of them don't do it. Some of them would like to breed them on. Like foal heat. Foal heat, she gonna come in season 8 or 9 days. Then you breed her right back. They don't take 11 months to have the baby.
11 months?
Yeah, 11 months.
Well, you say that it's 100 pounds coming out of 100 pounds.
Yeah. He born, sometimes he born up like the red hill.
So they don't do no, like, horses, to people who don't know horses, everybody's scared of the kick.
Oh yeah, but
so when they having the baby, the horse, the colt, brother,
she ain't gonna kick it, ain't gonna do nothing.
She ain't gonna kick it, do nothing.
You can have 10 males out there in the field, what we call a paddock, and the male gonna get over you and you say, dog, how many males? We got 10 males in here. I bet that male, she folding. I bet she folding. She down young folding. And all them males gotta go up there like this. They gonna stand, they gonna look like that. They ain't gonna bother that male if you have that baby. They ain't about to go and test. They ain't gonna do that. But when you have a baby, she gonna lick him off. 45 minutes, he's standing up, he's staggering. Mm-hmm. He ain't got his balance.
Right.
But when they get half old, you can't throw him now. You don't get strong in.
Yeah.
That's how I go with a race off third bit.
So, out of which breed horses do you take the most enjoyment out of, being around or training and so forth?
Well, I really like Tennessee Walker.
The Tennessee Walker is the ones that be in the competition that you...
Yeah, like that. I like that horse. What that picture I had?
It's over there, sir.
Okay. Well, what he do, he's an easy riding horse. Now, what the people used to have, what I call, you see that car that you got now?
Uh-huh.
Now, in 1940, that would be a Mercedes-Benz.
Mm-hmm.
And the horse what you got, that'll be your daddy's Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
Okay, the way I started with horses, my granddaddy raised 9 boys, step or grandboy. He used to call me, he said, Bill. Had a horse named old George. And he said, go get old George, and you can't put the saddle on him and clean him up and brush him off and clean him up. So one day, I got my nerves up. I said, Papa, I said, why you got Alphonse, Don, James, Jimmy, Curtis, all of them, but you don't never ask them. He said, well, you the only one suit me. But he said, you clean them up and you put the saddle on him right. You do it the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
And so he said, okay, you do it now. So I walk. He said, come here. Come back here a minute. I said, yes, sir. He said, let me tell you something. To you, you're 14 years old. So you know what? One day you might get a job working with horses somewhere down the line. I said, yeah. I walked around. I was like, I am working on damn horses. And that's all I know now, working on. The old man seen that in me.
Yeah.
That's right.
And how important is that to see? Sometimes, you know, we see things in others that they don't see in themselves. But once they get it, you can never take it
Well,
from them.
see, you looking like the red M. A horse don't see like me and you see. A horse see on the side of their life. And then when you walking in them, so you never get kicked with a horse. If you walk up, come around that building, you scared. It's just like me and you. If we walk around there, Pete don't go down the corner. Hey! You got the man, you scared me.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's just where the horse do. And the closer you to a horse, if he having to kick you, it's a better for. It's like you're playing ball and you knock a home run, you got to hit the ball on the end of your back.
Right.
So I'm a long way from you. That form will kick you.
He don't
I'm
got
gonna
all
kick
the
you
power.
hard.
He don't got all the power.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if he push you, that's different. But when you put the ball on the end of the bat, you sure knock a home run.
Yeah, right.
That's how that go.
All that science is good until Tyson hits you with an uppercut.
That's right. You
know, George Foreman just passed away.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, last week Friday or something.
George was a bad man.
Yeah, sure was. Every boy he had his name was George.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. So when George and Muhammad Ali was finna fight back in '74, who you thought was gonna win?
I really thought George Foreman was gonna win. But see, Muhammad Ali, he was kind of fast on his foot.
Yeah.
That's right. Mr. Hooper, he had a filly, a horse named Olympic. Okay, a quarter horse. See about putting me to the house, you know? Now, that's a quarter of a mile.
Mm-hmm.
The Stella Moe had never been beat. Because she run put me into that house there. But Olympic would run put me into the store.
Right.
And the guys come from Texas. And some say he walks in the kitchen in the house there. He said, hey, where your boys? I want to run that quarter horse against that thoroughbred. He said, we over him. He said, how much you want to go? How you want to go? He said, to the sky. in 1949, they bet at $97,000.
1949?
Yeah, a match race.
That's about $1 million, no?
Yeah, $1 million. Over $2 million, $97,000. Look, and he said, one of two horses in that race. He said, when Olympic come out of the gate, he kind of dunked like that, he kind of bumped.
So, hold on, wait, so Olympic is the quarter horse? Or the
Olympic is thoroughbred.
The thoroughbred.
And Stella Moe, she had never been beat. She undefeated.
Yeah.
Stella Moe was the quarter horse.
Yeah.
He said, when he broke out of the gate, and Olympic went down like that, the jockey got him up, and he still beat him for them $97,000.
Down!
And so the Cowboys got mad with him. Oh, you don't supposed to run a male against a filly no way. He said, well, I tell y'all what. He said, I got a ragged ass filly over there in the barn. City Jip. He said, I'll go get it over. Y'all want to go smoke? They wouldn't go no more with it. But see, City Jip had already beat Olympic.
Yeah,
so he know he had to let him win.
Yeah, I ain't even bring the big card for y'all. So let me ask you something. So is it rare that a thoroughbred, how often
That don't happen.
A thoroughbred could be the quarter horse in the quarter.
No, that don't supposed to be
Because
done.
the thoroughbred builds as
A
it's going.
thoroughbred is a motor, a race car. You got a Mustang, and I got just a normal motor in my car. Okay. Well, the quarter horse, he take him here, he gone.
He's pulling off the trail. He got the Blue Jones, the Gremlin.
Yeah, he gone.
Yeah.
And thoroughbred, well, he gonna run all day.
Horse or whatever. So he said, he was explaining to me how the stalls is and how you got the corner and you feed it, then they stick their head out the thing and they eat.
Yeah.
And he said so the horse kept, like you say, the horse didn't forget, so the horse basically got beef with it.
Well, he's looking at his feet, and sometimes you don't get his feet, they have a nip on it.
And he said where he got mad at the horse is because when he got ready, the horse knocked the stuff over.
Yeah, with his tub, like
he knocked it over, and that made him have to take another walk, do whatever. So that made it. So he say, the horse don't try to get him a couple times. So he said he was like, so he said the horse played like everything was okay, just like a human being. The horse like acted everything okay, and he said when he got comfortable again, the horse he fed and he went to the next one. He said the horse reached out and grabbed him on the shoulder. And when the horse grabbed him on the shoulder, the horse went, the horse laughing at him. Yeah. So, and he said, so the horse got personality like that. So they just like a dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what that is.
So you could talk to him and he understand you just
talk to him, he understand to you. I got it now. The horse I got, the only choice. Okay, this horse here. The way I train them,
You
when
got
I'm
one
telling,
like that too, Mr. Jones.
oh, that must steps on. He trained all that shit. But okay, so this horse here, now see, that's a Tennessee Walker there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you what I could tell him. I'm gonna tell you how I started doing that. I'm gonna teach you, sir. Okay. Now I'm telling him, say, his name is Ain't Shaker. Say, Shaker, lay down, y'all come. We don't want to see a man walk by. Lady, you lay down. I'm gonna sit on you. So don't you move now. He ain't gonna move till I tell him to get up. But ain't everybody got one like that and they don't know how to do that. Let me show you what I do to him. When I tell him, do I want him to tell me, is you a boy? Boy, good. I got a little sharp pen. Why turn your head that way? Okay. Now, what you gonna do when I touch you? That you gotta turn your head this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. That he's shaking. Now I'm going on to shaker. Do you like boys or girls? He gonna bring your head down.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about you like men? You gonna shake?
No.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell me how old are you? How old? Can you tell me how old you is? He got 2 front foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do that. I lean. That for him to know stop.
Yeah.
Cause he done told me how old he is.
Yeah.
Come on, Jake. How old are you? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
See that now? He gonna stop because the lean to make him stop. But it's in him. You like, boy, okay. He gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I said, what about Peter? You ain't got to put that on the thing. Peter, do you do that? Do Peter do that? He gonna say, yeah. Because see, I got some salt. I put some salt in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's the way I do.
The silver stuff. You know what I mean? When you think about it,
He
but
got
like you
common
say,
sense.
they don't forget.
No, that's right. But
Have you ever seen someone get kicked by the horse?
yeah, the island got seen kicked back. I'm kind of catch a baby. She was a horse baby for his bone. She don't want nobody to mess with. So I was running there trying to get the male, she wouldn't let me catch her. And so, kind of catch the baby, right? And so when I'm catching the baby, I'm see all of them kick me right there.
Where she kick you?
Within my butt.
They control it like I want to hurt you or they could.
They want to get you from their baby.
Yeah.
Don't mess with her. Be like a dog about you by their puppy.
Yeah.
So they got good sense now.
And a human being, mama, get on you behind right
That's
now.
right. And another thing, what a cow do? A cow go out here. That means I tell a woman have a baby and leave her baby. She ain't good as animal. Now a cow when she have a calf, all the cows out there eating, she gonna put that calf over there in a corner. She gonna hide the calf. Oh, that cow got a calf. Wonder what a calf at. And then you walk down there, you look, ah! She going there where that calf at. Cause she knows she done parked him, he going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. A dog get hungry. She'll go out and catch cricket, rat, and kill her puppy some food. She wait for the puppy.
Yeah.
Dog, you do something to him, he gonna remember you.
Yeah.
I say you throw a rock at one. And when they jumps up, he gonna want to eat you up when he see you again.
Yeah.
Somebody else can walk by, he ain't gonna say nothing because you messing with him. He don't like you.
Yeah.
That's where you do that.
Yeah. That is so true. So, as far as the horses, when it comes to, so the horse can identify you. I know that's
Yeah, if in the morning, nighttime when I get up, and I had him on the there, the minute I walk out that door, they say, well, they know I'm coming to feed them. I'm him. That's right.
you him.
Yeah, I'm him. You can tell when they out there drinking water. Okay, you just done. The water, the well ain't running. They gonna be standing around that water closet because they ain't got no water. They let you know that. They wouldn't be out there in the field to eat. They're gonna be standing right out by that water closet. No, I bet that damn pump them cut off.
How is it that it's so ironic? Like you take some of the most powerful animals on earth and they eat grass, berries. You take gorillas and baboons, these big old 900-pound animals, they eat little berries.
Yeah,
You know, the horse eat grass.
that's right. See, a cow, he like long grass. That's what he can eat. The horses, they like short grass because they got bottom and top teeth. See, a cow, he ain't got no bottom teeth. He got top teeth.
Oh, yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah, they ain't got no. That's when they had to cut the grass.
Oh, that's why they. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But a
So
horse got top and bottom.
explain this mystery to me. Have you ever seen an ox? Where we get these oxtails from?
That come off a cow.
I know that, but why they call it
I
oxtails?
don't know. Well, that's the only thing that swim in the water and his butt won't get wet because he got his tail over the water. And about tight, right? They hold it tight.
Who, a cow?
Yeah. She can go out there and swim in the river, but her butt ain't going to get wet because her tail, it got it like that right there.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, you know, a cow got, when we come up, a cow got 4 titties. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we do when we're on the farm, you get 3 and the calf get 1. Because the calf with his mama all day. But you're going to close them up at night and she got a bag full of milk the next morning. So that means the calf can get 1 tit. But he got it all the rest of the day. So that we raise him.
So a cow, you can. So basically, they only produce so much. You can like drain them dry.
Yeah, some of them get 7 gallons. A whole thing gets 7 gallons of milk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And your days are coming up. So you was born in what year?
1940.
1940.
January 28th.
Hey, so 1960, you 20 years old. So how was it like? I mean, so do you remember like people riding horses and stuff like that?
I told you when I was 14 years old,
Your dad, your
my
granddaddy.
granddad, that young little like, I'm going to say a Mercedes Benz, brand new. He thought just as much of that horse as you think of that Mercedes Benz, because that's all he had to go get the doctor. He come on the horse, the midwife. She come on the horse. Got a bug. I got a bug out there in the barn. A cop, what we call
Yeah, yeah.
it. That's the first Cadillac what a black man had been. A horse and buggy.
So was that good? Was it better living then?
I would say it was better living, but it's just more you could do now. Easy to go. Look here, man. Women, they used to tow. If you got to from here to, I'm going to say, to that store, better get water.
Mm.
And so you got to, every day you're going to have to get water for the house and everything. Lady, you tow 2 in her hand and 1 on her head. And that bucket, that gallon bucket wasn't going to fall off her head. That's the goddamn truth. I never seen that, but I ain't never seen nobody do it now.
Yeah, you see like sometimes you see like old travel, over in Africa or other places they do that, but like nowadays, so how has the women of today become the women of today? How do they go from that
Oh,
to
that's a
this?
long way. But see, your wife or my wife, when they get 8 or 9 months, just say 9 months pregnant, they don't know what they're going to have the baby the first or the third or second. But they ain't going to do no more wet beans. But now, back in the days, my mama be on in the field. Coming there home. I'm finna take sick. I'm finna get sick. Go get the midwife. Go get the midwife. He gonna get the midwife. He got to go to his old Ocala to get the midwife because she having cramp. So we gonna bring her back in the wagon. He gonna give her $5 on ham. That's all she gonna get. Now $2,000 have a
You
baby.
say $5 and a ham.
Yeah, but she might get the $5. A loaf of bread.
Yeah.
And she's satisfied.
So for you to be, you know what I'm saying, 85, God bless you, still be 85, but to be born in 1940, man, just to see the progression of.
Look, 1940, we said 1940. Okay. We didn't have no ice water. We had an ice house. The ice man will bring us 50 pounds of ice every Saturday. But so you got to pay for the ice. You pay like $1, but it ain't gonna last you for 3 days. put it in a tub, wrap it up with a quilt. We got ice water for 3 days, Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Then you ain't get no more cold water. You got to get it out of the well.
You know, my grandmother, she'll get something and freeze everything.
Yeah.
You know, you go in there and cook up something, whatever, put it in the freezer. Put them baked beans, put them lima beans in the freezer, them neck bones in the freezer. She buy fresh bread, freezer, milk, freezer.
Yeah.
And I mean, so how did y'all keep y'all meat fresh then?
Fresh? We had an ice box. We put it down in the well, in the system. A big well like that. You put it down in a bucket or in a jug, and it stay cool in the water. Cause we got not no faucet. You got a 20 feet well or sink. You put a bucket in there, and you wind it, and you pull it up. That would keep the baby milk cool. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A woman have a baby, she couldn't get up and take a bath the next day. She got to be on me 4 or 5 days before she touched the floor. So you got to get a night glass out.
Before she touched the floor, why was that?
She can't get up. They ain't going to let her get up. She ain't going to get out of the bed.
That's how it was back then.
Yeah. But now, having at 8 o'clock, she up the next night.
Yeah, they sent them home.
Yeah.
Now they sent them home one day.
That's right.
Yeah. So as far as like when you saw what was it like being a teenager? Like when you 20 years old, what did y'all do for fashion? You know, y'all go to town, get everybody get on the wagon and go to town. How was it?
You don't go on no town. You gonna be working out there, and you ain't gonna be out in no yard playing dog. The bad children did, but the granddad didn't allow us to do that. We got to work every day. White man tell you when you get ready, they say, well, what you got? You got a son? You got a boy?
Yes, sir.
What's his name?
Nicarius.
Nicarius, how old are you?
21.
Okay. When he can go up there and waiting for the white man, he got to say, Carl, Peter, what's your real name?
William.
William? Say, how old is Junior now? You gotta say, he's 6 years old. 6 years old, yeah. Say, bring him up to the house. Maybe Monday. Take him to the white man. But can you count? Can you say your ABC? He said, yeah. He said, well, how many eggs it take to make a dove? He said, 12. Okay. Can you count to 100? Yes. He's gonna tell you, got to take that boy out of school now. You got to educate him. That is the proof. Can't go to school anymore because you got to come up to the white man house and work, feed the cow, get the chicken, cut the wood.
Yeah, he got it there. He can count. He know how to get the eggs right.
Yeah, and then you got your wife work at the white man house. You gonna tell him this. You gonna say, your wife, she working up there. Peter, you out there working the yard. Say, call your husband, go around to the back door. You can't come in the front door and get no iced tea. You got to go to the back door. But your wife can work in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying that?
How often, so how we get these light-skinned Africans around here, man?
Well, that was back in the day. You wasn't allowed to. A white woman working at the bank, she wasn't going to put her hand to get your money. She got to put your money when she counted right there. She can't say to her, you got it. I'm walking by you. Hold that bucket right there. When you go, there's a bucket there. You got to hold your head in that bucket. You ain't allowed to speak to that white woman. You ain't allowed to wave your way out. Better not look at her. You see that pick up that truck there?
Yes, sir.
If I'm living on that white man place, I can't drive that truck on the main place. Better not get a new car. I can't do that. Because he figured you on the place, you could steal stuff and tow it off with the place.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the percentage of the, we know it was good and bad. It's good and bad in everybody and everything.
Yeah.
So the percentage of the quote-unquote, the
good
white
bad, son. It was bad. So if you get a new car, see that truck big guy, close to new. If he was to come through town, white man got to go out there and give him a ticket. Gonna tell a lie like he run the stop sign. But he ain't did it. He doing it because he got a new car.
Right.
That's
Same
right.
thing they're doing today.
Yeah. That's the way that went.
What's your trust level? I mean, like from seeing those things. I mean, from you coming up as a kid, where you say you had to put your head down when they come by, and so forth and so
You had to
forth.
do that all the time when you're saying, but that's something. But
It was a wise thing to do to
yeah,
stop yourself from getting in trouble.
yeah, that's right. You kill a man, especially a black man at night. White man gonna get you out of jail money. You ain't got to go no coke because you hit a nigga. That's right.
And
That
those
man,
are
see, a white man, he want you to do it to him now. I worked with him for 43 years. We had a hard man overseas. He made $3 million. I know what he mean about that, but he was an old slavery man too now. But he come out, we were playing car, playing truck down that freckle. Yeah. He come out there, bro, Willie, yes sir, come here. See, Brazilian, he got one fold, and he having problems getting folds, and he owed that to Browserwood. So that's where he at.
mm-hmm.
He said, if he had one fold, he can get two. I folded up, bringing them there, get a baby.
Uh-huh.
He said, I want you to come and bring that horse every 4 hours. And I said, Mr. I said, you know, it takes great men. I said, pulling the third horse get kicked. And he said, well, you my horse and you cut it off. He tell me then, you my nigga.
Yeah.
And he said, I ain't gonna give you no raise, I ain't gonna give you no money for doing that tonight. I said, yeah, so I went up there. He come back and told me, he said, Willie, he said, you see that little mare there? I said, yes, sir. He said, I'm gonna give it to you. He said, a man gonna come down here Wednesday. He gonna offer you $20,000. So you tell him that you gonna take 22, but you take that 20. And I got $20,000 for that one night for 8 hours.
And tell me, I want you to look at my audience and tell the lesson you learned from that. See, sometimes we don't receive it then, but we
Well, I
just
learned a lesson from that because that's what he told me to do, and I done. He said, "Tell me, well, I wasn't gonna pay it, but he just said he cried me."
yeah. See,
But
your loyalty to it.
anytime a man make a check for $20,000 one night, that was good money,
Yeah, that's
right?
good money right now.
And when I stayed in the hospital for 5 months and 3 days, he sent me a check every Monday morning. I stayed in the hospital, one shot me. Every Monday morning, he sent me a check from me. I was in Alabama. Not one week, then brought me home in the station wagon. I got to get to the doctor.
Okay, so I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we had a fine time with Mr. Willie Jones, the one and only living legend. And I want to thank y'all on TLC Talk Love Communications, Mr. Willie Jones.
That's right. But it's going to be different next time because I'm going to show you some footwork what I do with a horse.
Okay.
Get me and I can stand there with it if you can.
Okay.